Hello guys and gals, me Diesel Patches here.
It's been a couple of months already, so Mutahar must have done something stupid for us to laugh about. It's never really anything too substantial. Just a quick laugh and the thought of why the fuck would you put yourself in this position? The last time we talked about Mutahar, he uploaded an apology video to address a very serious controversy where he expressed his sincerest regret for buying the Nintendo Switch 2 after saying he wouldn't buy one, which is one of the worst crimes you could ever commit. And now it seems the big drama is that Mutahar is getting exposed for lying about being an engineer after years of giving advice related to the field, along with partaking in a homosexual relationship with a close friend.
Me and my best friend Ryan, alright? We're talking best friend, I've known Ryan for years. We were so wasted that at some point in the night, me and Ryan started fucking making out for the hell of it. Like, we're talking tongue in mouth, we made out, we got real gay with each other for like 10 seconds.
Alright, this is fucking stupid, and too sloppy for even me. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Nintendo Switch 2 quote-unquote controversy was also a non-issue, but at least the apology video was hilarious. Mutahar uploading a long-ass apology video over buying a gaming console while simultaneously making excuses for himself, like he's some sort of crackhead who just can't help himself, will always hold a special place in my brain when I want a good tickle. This time, however, we're not getting a lengthy apology video, but instead Mutahar is saying sorry while telling anyone who can't forgive him to fuck off.
So obviously I have been calling myself a engineer, in some cases a programmer, a cybersecurity engineer, whatever you can call it. And you know, I apparently have also been a dropout, which I don't hide. Now, if you feel offended, if you feel wronged that I called myself an engineer while not being a degree-holding engineer, then for that I do apologize. If you still feel wronged and this does not suffice for you, then I don't really give a fuck. Simple as that.
Is it stupid for Mutahar to lie about being an engineer while he technically isn't one? Yes. Am I gonna lose sleep over it? Maybe a little, but not that much. As for the gay allegations, I just have one thing to say to Mutahar. Okay, I think that's enough slop for now. I say we do something a little bit more productive. In my Markiplier video, we learned how to build a professional resume, and now we will be taking the next step. So, we will proceed with a lesson in proper saving strategies. Alright, so budgeting is a bit more complicated and difficult when compared to finding employment. It's one thing to be employed and another to actually build your finances into something useful. Today we're going to review spending habits and how to properly budget. And now, I graduated with an economics degree. This information you're about to receive is from a true expert in the field of finances. Now, everyone has raved over the popular 50-30-20 rule. It's good, but not a totally viable option for upcoming employees such as yourself. This is a rule you can have later on once you've actually built your savings account. The 50-30-20 rule dictates that you spend 50% of your income on needs, which would be rent, groceries, gas money, other means of transportation, and health insurance. Things you couldn't possibly live without. And then over here, we have 30%, which is going to your wants, such as hobbies, entertainment, and yes, that does include eating out at restaurants and fast food joints. Finally, we have 20% over here, and this goes directly into your savings. As you can see right here, I have leftover from net pay. So guys, you need to know the difference between net pay and gross pay. You see, your gross pay is the amount of money that you earn before any deductions are taken out, such as taxes. And your net pay is what you actually get to take home with you. Always use your net pay when budgeting, okay? Not your gross pay. The gross pay is not the amount you actually get. Here's the thing. We want a strong start, not to follow the status quo. So let's say you make $2,000 a month, okay? And this is your net pay, so not even including taxes or other fees that are taken out of your income. Instead of 20% going towards your savings, we're going to bump that to 30%. That's $600 being saved. Also, if you have the opportunity to open a bank account that offers interest at around 3%. In that situation, typically you'll need at least around $20,000 to $30,000 to even be granted that option or else pay a penalty. If you're just starting, this probably doesn't apply to you, but definitely something to consider for the future. If you're earning 3% interest throughout the year with $30,000 in your savings, that's $900 you've just earned from doing nothing. That's free money right there. And again, all you need to do is just keep that money untouched if possible. If your bank account is more likely in the $5,000 to $10,000 range, you still have some ways to go, but not too long, especially if you follow this process right here. Back to spending percentages, I would still dedicate 50% of spending on needs. And if you have a surplus, which is extra money left over within the 50% category, then you'll want to direct that back into your 30% category, which is your savings. All leftover money should be directed back to your savings. Only 20% at the most should be for spending on wants. You could lower it to 10%, but if we're going to be real with ourselves, 10% is way too low, and that's basically going cold turkey on spending money on entertainment. To keep spending relatively low, I suggest you do these two things. First rule is switch eating out with groceries, or at least most of the food you consume. This is very common advice, right? But it's still very true. It'll take willpower to cook something at home after a long day of work as opposed to just picking something up, I get it, but cheap grocery stores have prices that are way too hard to ignore. I strongly suggest somewhere like Aldi. It's present in most states and offers great deals for decent food. You could even grab yourself a canned meal for under $1. The second thing, if you're a drinker, do not buy yourself a drink while eating out. Get a good meal, and a good meal only. You do not need to consume that beer, you fucking fatty. Alright guys, I hope this information was helpful, and as always, have a swell day.